10 onwards.
8 and yeah, okay.
Yeah. So please take over the call. Welcome to the call. Dandavat.
Okay, Dandavat, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to Hare, everyday chanting Vaishnava and Vaishnavis. Take blessing from all of you. Oh, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Hari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jayo Radha Nilamado, Radha Nilamado Radhe, Jayo Radha Madhava, Radha Madhava Radhe, Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivajachaka Stotra Sati His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrind Ki Jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirahe Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering of service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of the Godhead, who is praised with the transcendental song, is established as an irrevocable fact. Today, we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, chapter 10, text number 8 onwards. Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Indriyani mana prana atma dharmo dhritirmati hri shri tejas priti satyam yasya na shanti janmanam. Indriyani, the senses, mana, the mind, prana, the life, air, atma, the body, dharma, religion, Drita, patience. Mati, intelligence. He, shyness. Shri, opulences. Teja, strength. Smriti, memory. Satyam, truthfulness. Yasya, of which lusty desires. Nashanti are vanquished. Janma, from the very beginning of the birth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. O my Lord, because of the lusty desires from the very beginning of one's birth, the function of the one senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are vanquished. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, Kamam Hradi Rogam, materialistic life means that one is afflicted by the formidable disease called lusty desire. Liberation means freedom from lusty desire because it's only due to the such desires that one must accept repeated birth and death. As long as one lusty desires are unfulfilled, one must take birth and birth to fulfill them. Because of material desire, therefore, one performs various types of activities and receives various types of bodies with which he tries to fulfill desires that are never satisfied. The only remedy to take devotion service, which begins when one is free from all material senses. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karmati anvartam. Any abhilasha means material desire, and shunyam means free from. The spiritual soul has spiritual activities and spiritual desires, as described by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mama janma ishware bhavatara bhakti ahetu kintvai. Unalloyed devotion to the service of the Lord are the only spiritual desire. To fulfill this spiritual desire, however, one must free from all material desires. Desireless means freedom from material desire. This is described by Srila Rupa Goswami in Anyavilashita Sunyam. As soon as one has material desires, one loses his spiritual identity. Then all the paraphernalia of one's life, including one's senses, body, religion, patience, and intelligence, are deviated from one original Krishna consciousness. As soon as one has material desire, one cannot properly use his senses, intelligence, and mind, and so on for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Mayavadi philosophies want to become impersonal, senseless, and mindless, but that is not possible. The living entity must be living, always existing with the desires, ambition, and so on. These should be purified, however, so that one can desire spiritually and be spiritually ambitious without material contamination. In every living entity, these propensities exist because he is a living entity. When materially contaminated, however, one is to put into the hands of material desire, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi. If one wants to stop repeated birth and death, one must take to the devotional service of the Lord. Sarvopadi vinirmukta tatpartena nirmalam rishikesha rishikena rishikesha sevanam bhaktir uchate. Bhakti or devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead, Master of all senses. When the spirit soul renders service unto the Supreme, there are two side effects. One is freed from all material designation and simply being employed in the service of the Lord. One's senses are purified. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuru Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Guruve Nama Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Tapitam Ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajiva Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sayitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashatadeshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayite Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratise Nama He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vansha Kalpataru Bheksha Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shiva Sadigaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Here is describing Narmuni is Prahlad is the best among exalted devotees. He's telling to Yudhishthira that he is one of the best. So why we want to know why he's best? Because he is not having any material desires. He wants to do as a duty because Narsimhadev told him to rule over the asuras and becoming a Krishna consciousness ruler. He is always remembering. So here it is emphasized that how one is afflicted by formidable disease known as lusty desires. We want to lord over, we want to enjoy, we want to think we are the doers, and we are thinking we are the equivalent to Lord. Basically, this lusty desire has to be dovetailed to serve the Lord. We have to be lusty in get attracted the divine couple, and we want to be part of their pastimes in Vrindavan. That should be our lusty desires. Otherwise, in material world, any desires which starts and it ends, there is no eternal in that. That's why Krishna is emphasizing to all of us that this is dukkhalayam ashvashatam. It is never, it is always temporary. And whatever we do, there is a beginning and end. And it is said that annabhilashita shunyam. It is, we have heard it many, many times. Not any abhilasha, that is desires, which is not connected to Krishna. If our activity, our service, our emotion, everything, if it is attached, then we are in the right path. That's why Rupa Goswami always insisted we should not be, attracted to the unwanted things in this world. Whichever necessary, we will use it for the service of the Lord. Whenever we talk only golden avatar, not other than that. So here, service, that is the only devotion service, pure devotion service. Srila Prabhupada always comes back that unless we are in PDS, pure devotion service, it is not possible us to go back to Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada is quoting Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, some of the other people. So again here, Sarvopadi Vimuktam, it is written that we have got so many upadi. I'm a doctor, I'm a nurse, I'm engineer, I'm scientist, so many upadis. That will not have any mileage when it is in the spiritual path, because that is not the designation which is recognized by the Lord himself. He says, you may be anything unless you serve my devotees, unless you serve my devotees is with pure heart. That's why when he says Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, he said singularly. But we should know that what is Patram. Patram means it is actually life of the tree or plant. When we say that Patram, which has got full of life, without Patram, that's even Tulsi plant cannot survive. No plant survive without, because that is the main life. It produces all the material thing, I mean, whatever necessary for the life. That's why he said, when we offer Patram or Pushpam, Pushpam is the ultimately fragrance and next generation which is getting. That's why when we take our life very seriously, the fragrance goes to the devotion and bhakti will empowers our children also. That is known as pushpam, patram pushpam, palam. Palam means whatever fruits we are doing in this world should be offered to Lord only, not to enjoy. Prabhupada always insists 50% has to go, whatever we earn. That is why the fruits, it is there. Patram Pushpam Palam Toyam, and water. It's again the life, 70 to 72% in the whole world is full of water. And in our body also, it is there, 72%. That is why Krishna, when he tells all these things, we should understand there is a deeper meaning at that. Every time we read Bhagavad Gita and every time we understand, try to understand, every time it has got a very, very deeper meaning. That's why here, when he said Sarvopadi Vimukta, means that Upadi is we not brought from any Vaikuntha or anything. We brought only Jivere Swarupe Krishna Nityadas. We are Dasanudas of the gopis. That's why gopis are the Sarvasreshta devotees. They never bothered to enjoy. They never had any lusty desire. They never wanted to serve themselves. They never wanted to, enjoy themselves, because their main attraction is towards Krishna. They want to serve Krishna. They want to see every minute how Krishna is enjoying with Radharani and other people. They are participating and they are almost encouraging everything they arrange for the desires of Krishna. So when we serve Krishna and fulfill his desires, then we will automatically get pure. That's the real thing here, what is told that. In Bhagavad Gita, if you see 722 and 822, Purushasa Parapata Bhakta Labhyastva Anyaya Yashantastani Bhutani Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam. Krishna says, the Supreme Personality of the Godhead says, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion only. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything situated within him. It is clearly stated that the supreme destination from which there is no return is the abode of Krishna, the Supreme Person. The Brahma Samhita described the supreme abode, Ananda Chinmaya Rasa, is a place where everything is full of spiritual bliss. All the varietiness manifest there is of the quality of spiritual bliss. Nothing there is material. So that varietiness is expanded as the spiritual expansion of Supreme Godhead himself. For the manifestation, there is a totally of the spiritual energy. Is explained in chapter 7. So we should understand that when we are anchoring to go back to Godhead, there is every, things are available, which is materially has got a start and end. There is no end in eternal world. It's always eternal. So here, Krishna, Narad Muni is explaining why Prahlad is the best among the exalted devotees. Because he's a king. He could have enjoyed, like Hiranyakashipu, who enjoyed almost 102 million years. He could have done the same thing. He could have been, but no. because he knows ultimate aim, where Hiranyakashipu is so powerful, so much he has got life, and everyone he could control, but even then he is controlled by Supreme Personality of the Godhead. That one nature of the human beings or the living entities, that is, we can't lord over anyone, because Lord is the Supreme Lord. Above or equivalent to Lord, nobody is there. Once we understand that, that's why Prahlad Maharaj supremely understood that it's no use of this kingdom, this king of asuras. Everything is no use. We can conquer demigods, we can conquer, but what ultimately we have to be conquered by Lord, because he has got all powerful Lord, can conquer anyone, and he can vanquish. That's why this material nuisance, Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, can be conquered only by devotional service only, because we know that soul is eternal. Even then, because it is attached to the body, material body, it has got desires. When desires has to be fulfilled, it takes so much trouble. When it takes so much trouble, it is attached. So from that attachment to detach, it's very difficult. That's why from the beginning, we have to try to minimize our material desire, what is necessary for the maintenance of the body, mind, and soul. That much only, that is the only we have to think of. And the health, everything, do for the service of the Lord only. Whatever types of service we want to do, it should be only to the, we have to dovetail to the service of the Lord. The powerful rishis, powerful, margins, everyone teaches us the same thing. There are, Vyasdev usually instructs Yudhishthir also. Yudhishthir was morose, because these things is the culprit in destroying all the Kaurav Sena and Pandava Sena. And he should take punishment. So there is a story, Narad Muni is telling Yudhishthir. There were two brothers, that is known as Sanka and Likita, who lived in separate homes on the banks of river Vahuda. One day when Likita came to visit Shanka in his ashram, he found that his brother has gone out. While waiting for him in return, Likita picked many of the nice fruits that were growing, and they had to begin to eat them without any qualms. Sanka then returned home. When he saw his brother is engaged in eating, he inquired, "My dear Laika, where did you get this food, nice food?" Likita replied, "Oh Sanka, I picked these fruits from the trees here in your ashram." So he said, "You are becoming a thief." Without asking the owner of the garden, you are picked up. You have to be punished. There is no way that. That's why when we enjoy the things in the material world, not serving the Lord initially, then we take prasad. Then only we can survive. Otherwise, we will be punished. We will have so many dirty desires, everything. It will not go. We cannot purify. That's why he said, Sanka said, you have to go to the king and tell him that I have done this, you can punish me. So voluntarily, we will never tell to the Lord that, please punish me. We never ask. But Kunti Maharani's prayer, she says calamities. Why she wants calamities? Because purification is one thing, and Lord is always there in our side. So here, Likita went to the king and asked him, I have done this, I want punishment. King, almost worshipped that Brahmana and said, no, you are a great Brahmana. This is small things which can be mitigated by chanting more rounds. He said, no, my brother said I have to punish. So king, in his kingdom, there is a punishment. whenever thief, steals something, his hand is cut, one or two hands. Here, king did the same thing, punishment. He cut his hand. Then now, without lamenting on anything, Ligita came back to his brother Sanka and told him, I got punished. I got punished. So now you tell me what to do. Then because of his powerful austerity of Sanka, he said, you come, take bath in this river. So he took the bath, his hands came back. So sometimes we are getting purified because of our bad association, everything. Lord gives us opportunity to get the right kind of association. We identify the right kind of association, like Prahlad Maharaj, where he's got so much immersed in the advice on the preaching of Narada Muni, and he was learning everything in the womb. He never forgot Narada Muni. So when you are indebted, whatever we get in this world, when we see that right kind of atmosphere, right kind of share we take, not all the things for us only, then Lord will be pleased. Whatever our difficulties, whatever our anarthas, He right to vanquish it easily. That's why in this sloka also, the vanquish come only when we are in the right path, when our desires are dovetailed to the service of the Lord, when we see goodness in every people in this world, not the bad things, and we never criticize anyone for anything. So then only we will be the right candidate to get that mercy. Here in the story also where Narad Muni, telling to Yudhishthir, that's why you are not the cause of what you did. It is a wish of the Lord Krishna to have a Kurukshetra war. So one of the time, Maharaj was asking, a couple came to visit him. Maharaj was asking, how many times you have got Kurukshetra in your war, in your house, and how many times you have got Dharmashetra in your house? They could not reply. They know that most of the couples have got silly fights or everything. For what? They don't analyze it. Why we are quarreling? Why not have a Dharmashetra? Means it's a almost Vaikuntha house. Everyone is chanting the name of the Lord. Everyone appreciating. Center of attraction is the Lord, Golden Avatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should understand we have got all the things necessary for purification. We have got water, we have got soap, we have got detergent, we have got enough consciousness, enough intelligence. But how to use, where to use, and when to use, and come out glorious. That's the nature of Prahlad Maharaj. He was subjected to many, many, many troubles by his own father. There is no affection of the father because he's so much proud of his being, everyone is scared. Why not my son also? He doesn't understand that there are people who is only depend on the Lord, not on the individual person in this world, because that individual person will be no more sometimes. His upadhi is no more. We have seen Hitler, we have seen everything. Where are they now? That's why when Amrish Prabhu, when he went to first time to Prabhupada said, where is your father, so famous Ford? That the question was attracted by Amrish Prabhu. He completely surrendered it. He came to know that where is our grandfather, so much famous, our father, so much famous. What happened to their upadhi? When the chair is, they got rid of that chair, the position, nobody respects unless they have behaved so nicely. So, one of the time the CEO was inspecting his cold storage room. Every day he used to inspect. And in the evening before going, and the watchman, the security guard always salutes him. So one day, by mistake, CEO went to inspect the big, they got bigger, warehouse of. So that was it's going almost -5 degrees or so to preserve so many fruits and vegetables. So by mistake, this other security locked it because he thought everything is okay, locked from outside. Now CEO knows I can't do anything unless someone comes and open this. The security guard, one who always salutes the CEO when he leaves, he was finding where is the CEO. He was searching everywhere. Then he found out, no, by mistake, it's locked. He called the other security, he opened it, and he CEO came back and he appreciated him so much. So this is our nature should be like that. We have to guard ourselves. Somebody may come and lock us with the lusty desire. Somebody may come, lure us. You take this, you will become millionaire. You do this thing, you will earn more money. You do this thing, you will get higher position. You bribe that fellow, you will get higher position. All this locking system are available easily, they will lock us. But unless someone comes and saves us from our imprisonment, that holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Lord sends someone, nice devotees, nice, his or our spiritual master comes and cuts our knots, which is so much attached to this material world. The knot, when it's cut, we are free from our lusty desire. Then we can, follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj and other Mahajans, and we can attain that things which we are always wants to go back to Godhead, because Jivere Swarupe, Krishna Nityadas, we are always servant. We can't become master. That's why it is written master and servant. The servant might enjoy as good as master. Still, he should think, I am servant only. I cannot sit on the throne of the master. Once we understand, we can never become master. We are always servant. Then that right mood, right consciousness, it's very easy for us to serve. So when we are transcendentally situated, then nothing goes wrong for us. This lusty desire, this mode of ignorance and passion doesn't affect us. We might be there because we know that first 8 hours, 2 to 10 in the morning is a goodness. Then 10 to, if you see, most of the things opens after 10 a.m. Before that, nothing was, up to 10 a.m. stores are not open. That stores, or most of them are liquor stores or tobacco, anything you name, all in the mode of passion. So when it comes to, another 10, up to 8 o'clock, the nightclub starts after 8 o'clock. It is, ignorance and other things. So we should understand that our best part is only morning 2 to 10 only. That is when we invest all our energy, all our conscious in that hours. You people are doing a wonderful service, devotion service. And you get up and chant early in the morning. That is a wonderful thing. That power, that investment, that purity will carry us to overcome passion in next 16 hours. So we should understand where to invest our money, where to invest our strength, where to invest our thoughts, where to invest our consciousness. Once we understand this investment is necessary for fighting, we are fighting against Maya. We have already waged a war. So when we waged a war against Maya, we should have equipments. We should have enough weapons. We should have enough consciousness, good consciousness. And who we take the shelter, when we take the shelter of the Supreme Personality Godhead, Mahajans and other people, then it's possible that we can win over Maya. Otherwise, our war without proper equipments, proper consciousness, proper attitude, proper behavior, proper sincerity, we cannot do anything to ourselves. So we want help we want an anchor, we want a shelter. Everything comes from Krishna consciousness. That's why when Prabhupada created this, he said, I built this so big house, everyone can take shelter. That means he is completely dependent on the Lord and his spiritual master. He has created that atmosphere, ISKCON. That's why when we think of ISKCON, we should be so much grateful that we are part of ISKCON. And in the service mode, how much we are grateful, taken shelter of this holy name and all other things, all other margins. And, when we say we celebrate their appearance and disappearance day, we are always attached to that. The power is so much powerful that nothing can go wrong in this world. Obstacles are definitely there. Obstacles will be there because Lord never takes our obstacles. Every obstacle makes us more and more strength. Strength to strength comes only from obstacles. We know that. Unless we face it with our right kind of consciousness, then only it is possible for us to overcome easily. In this song also, if you see, हमारा जीवन सदा पापे रहता नहीं के पुण्य रलेश परे उद्वेग दिया छे को तो दिया छे जीवर क्लेश निज सुख लागी पाप नहीं दोई दया ना से त्वपरो पर सुखे दुखे सदा मिताया बाशी पर दुखे सुख करो. Vaishnava's nature is para duki duki. We are not somebody suffering, we cannot be sukhi because they are part of Lord's creation. They are jiva. When we have got jiva doya, that means somebody is suffering this world, we have to mitigate, we have to try to mitigate that their suffering. Then only Krishna's mercy, Krishna's grace automatically flows. Krishna knows. We can hide so many things from Krishna, but Krishna knows what we are hiding. We are hiding, I'm talking about myself. We are hiding our lusty desires. We think that, oh, I can see, I can enjoy, but Krishna knows what is our motive behind that. When we have the unwanted desires and our motive, our consciousness, Krishna will not help us because our nature is to enjoy without Krishna. That's why whenever we serve Lakshmi, we should serve Lakshmi Narayan. That's why here Bhaktivinoda Thakur is praying. I don't have any quality. I got so much. I get pleasure because somebody is suffering. That these are the qualities should go. How can we go? So eno durjana sajjana varjita aparati nirantara subha karya shunya sadana tamama nana dukke jara jara hृदय के को न उपाय विहीन तते दिन अकिंचन भक्ति विनोदे प्रभु चरणे कोरे दुख निवेदन. So Bhakti Vinod Thakur is telling, he's such a exalted devotee like Prahlad. He still says that my desires, my evil mind which gets the pleasure like a crow, who goes to dirty places. Please get rid of this. I'm still having so much. So he is such an exalted devotee. He is telling this for us that we are part of this dirty things in the world, enjoying it and thinking that we are the enjoyer. So once we come out from that, our position, upadhi, everything, then we should know that we are nothing in this world. We are only the servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis who has given their life to please Krishna, please divine couple. So here, if most of the song, if you see how it is wonderfully narrated, wonderfully pray to the Lord to give his shelter and give his mercy. That's why Prahlad never deviated from his nature. He's always thinking Vishnu is the only protector. Vishnu is the only to be served. Vishnu is the Yajna Purush. Nothing, no other sacrifice to anyone in this world necessary. Once we understand that, when we say na dhanam, na janam, na sundari, na kavitamba. So when we say na dhanam means we are not interested in that material opulences. What is the use of material opulences? When we asked, one of the time I asked a question to speaker, where this Brahmana Patnis, which category they come, because we know that 4 people don't come to the Lord and 4 people Lord appreciate them. Artha, artha, jijna, jijnash. So when we say Muda, Asura, all these people don't come because they think they are already become Lord. So the category of the richest people in this world comes under Muda only, because they do not understand where the money comes from, where to spend this money, how to elevate the miseries of this world. Unless they know, they are always in the Muda. And Asuras, we know that how they want to enjoy separate from the Lord. They want to lord it. So here, again, it is told to us, to remind us, to rewind our, unwanted desires in the material world, to come to the truthful consciousness, that is transcendental consciousness. When we come into Suddha Sattva, then all our material desire vanquished easily. So we should understand that when we are reading, when we are listening the songs, when we are, listening to all the Mahajans and Prabhupada classes, it gives us much, much hope that one day we will be purified and we will be the right candidate to go back to Godhead. That's why always those who are in the manager, they have got authority. But the authority of, is, if you see Bharat Maharaj, he must have ruled more than 1 billion years. But this Rauguna was a subservient means he's not even qualified to become a king in front of Bharat, because he was small province and Bharat Maharaj is an emperor. But when he deviated and he served that deer, and he became dear to deer, but he didn't become dear to Krishna. So he has to take the life of deer again. And then he has to take the life of Jada Bharat. And that same Bharat was emperor, and he was, Rauguna was a servant that time under him. But now he was carrying the palanquin of Rauguna. And Rauguna is telling, I can punish you. That only, Jada Bharat opened his mouth. Who is master, who is servant? All are servant of the one supreme personality of the Godhead. So he was narrating that how you can become master, how can you punish? I'm doing, you are not hired me or anything, but because you requested, I am carrying it and I am avoiding ants and everything. That's why I stopped somewhere. I've got Jivodaya. I'm not the master, I'm only the servant. Once we understand this nature, when we read this Bhagavatam, we should ultimately understand we are nothing in this world. We are not even, doer of anything. Though we, sometimes we think we can do that, we can do that. So when we glorify Krishna and his, like Prahlad Maharaj, you don't lure me, giving me a position, that upadhi, and enjoy. I am already seeing my father, how he was powerful, how he suffered, and how within one moment he is no more in this world. That is why I don't want all these things. If you see Sridhar Kolovich, he was so poor, so poor. He didn't have enough, cloth, enough, any opulence. Even then, he was worshipping the Lord, taking his name all night. That shows how much when Lord offered him all the siddhis, 8 siddhis, and the position in the Vaikuntha. No, he said, no, I want only you to come and talk with me as a boy and argue. That's nature. That's a loving nature. There's a reciprocation with the Lord. Whatever way we want, Lord wants to do that. Lord doesn't take whether he's a poor, doesn't see whether he's a rich. He sees how much he is devoted to me. Lord said that's why the reciprocation comes from the Lord in the right way and right source. Whenever he asked to take benediction, if you see Vasudeva Datta also, he wants to, send everyone back to Godhead, and he wants to suffer. And when gopis wants to give their dust to the Lord, Narad Muni is telling them, you will go to hell. They said, we don't mind going hell eternally. Just see their mood, their bow. They don't mind going to eternally to the hell just to please one moment Krishna. That is their sacrifice. We are not in that platform, we know that. But we can try to follow their footsteps, how to please our spiritual master, how to please our Vaishnavas, how to please the deity, whichever we are serving. Then only our attitude and mindfulness to serve them will be achieved nicely. Once we deviate, like Bharat Maharaj or anyone like that, then it's difficult. He has to take 2 more births to go back to Godhead. Though he was a very, very nice, exalted devotee, till he goes to Vanaprastha. When he goes and he was alone, there was no association. That's why we should cry for association, good association. We should cry for the spiritual master. We should cry for the Lord's, praying him, continuously praying him for give us strength, give us healthy, give us consciousness, give us power to serve you and your Vaishnavas. That's only our motto should be. Then we are in the right consciousness. Then almost every second we will be protected. We will be protected by the Lord himself. Lord doesn't say that. He himself comes and protects us. That's the beauty of the Lord. His reciprocation is so great. He doesn't see whether we are poor, whether we are, doing, but he tests us. He tests. Here we are, when we told the Sankap, that brothers, there is one more incident where usually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reads songs of Chandi Das. There was one Krishna Das and Chandi Das, both are brothers, and Krishna Das was very poor, but he always serves. Sometimes he steals from Chandidas flower. One of the time, the flower was taken from Chandidas garden. He was opulent, though he was serving Kali. But here, Krishna Das is poor, but Krishna somehow, helps him. When he took the flower from Chandidas and offered to Krishna, Chandi, that Parvati, she came in the dream of Chandidas. He said, see, that garland I want, not this garland. So he asked Krishnadas, please give that garland. My worshipable Lord wants it. So he gave that. She was so much pleased. Then he came to know Chandidas, even Durga, even this Chandi wants to serve the Lord. Then why I should serve only Chandi? So he didn't change his name. He became good devotee of Jagannath and Krishna. Same, it is not different from them. Then everyone is pleased. Whenever we please the Supreme Personality Godhead, all other things are all automatic please. We know that when Krishna took a morsel, which which remain in the Akshayapatra, everyone was satisfied. That is the strength of the Lord. That's the powerful of the Lord. When Lord wants to give us, no one can stop. When Lord wants to take us, see, in 6 Goswamis, if you there, they are from almost, from Karnataka. They are all Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, they became. But when they are asked to serve, escalate, most of the dhams in Vrindavan, they didn't bother about other things, facility. We want, when we go to Yatra, we want a nice hotel, we want nice prasad, we want nice facility. Everything we demand, we want, So our nature is always demanding. But they were not like that. Sacrifice whole life, escalating. And they never, Sanatan, Rup Goswami, all, they never wanted a big palace. So once Prabhupada was taken to his, 5th floor, I think I told before also. So when Shrutakirti was explaining, and Tamal Krishna Maharaj and His Holiness Giriraj Maharaj explaining him, so this is where you sit, whether here you do bhajan, you do your kirtan here, you meet guest here, and you take rest here, you worship here. So the 5th floor is completely belongs to Prabhupada's quarters. Then Prabhupada said, yeah, in Radha Damodar I used to stay, maybe 10 by 15 or something, or 7 by 10. I don't exact the size. He says, yeah, there also I'm doing the same thing. I receive there and I preach them. I write here. My kitchen is there. I cook there. Then I serve the Lord. Then I go to, nearby Bhajan Kutir, everything is same. Such a small thing is comparing the such a big, palace like they built. He said, it doesn't matter. Ultimately, it is only 4 walls. Whether you are staying in 7-story building or complete building, unless your mood is to serve, the purpose of living anywhere luxuriously doesn't help. So we should understand that the facility which is given to us much more opulent than what they had facility. They didn't have proper facility to take bath. They didn't have cure. They used to, those who throw the cloth, they used to tear and make their undercover everything. So they didn't have, even for the cold season also, they didn't have. They were withstanding most of the things. They had somehow bhajan kutika sometimes, but many times they never stayed more than one day under the tree. They used to change because they don't want to attach to that tree also. So that is their mood, and they did what they did. They gave us such a, Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, if you see, nectar of instruction, nectar of. So all these things came because Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu empowered him. When Rupa Goswami was narrating about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he was, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking his associate, how can Rupa know my heart? And he can do before what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted. That is the strength of empowerment. So he said, Swarup Damodar said, you already empowered him. So the empowerment comes when we serve the Lord, when we serve the Vaishnava, when we serve the spiritual pastor nicely. Then anything spiritual we want to advance in this, material world, it can be done. We can serve, we can distribute more books, we can serve, we can distribute more prasad, we can invite more people to our house. That is possible when we are empowered completely in this material. I'd stop here. Any correction is there? Any questions? Because I have to leave at 7:30. I got service. Please excuse me. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for your very, very enlightening class.
Hare Krishna. You always praise me. I'm not worth it.
No, no. We really enjoy Prabhuji. It was so beautiful. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much.
Dhanwad Mataji.
It's nectar in class. I don't have any question, but yeah, in spite of you have services in temple, you come and give class and give us the time.
You are giving such an opportunity. I can't miss it. Opportunity, people, you are so much absorbed. You are listening. You are very sincere. See, we can't do all these things. Somehow we are given some service by you people to give some, class. So I'm obliged to. I'm indebted to you, all of you, lifelong.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You have given a very good class and all. But
you have got a good heart, Prabhu. When you have got a good heart, everything comes nice to you.
No. And on the top of this one, you are very humble also.
Nice.
Very, very humble. Really
coin has got two faces.
Yes,
you are seeing the one
true.
face.
Surendra
The face you are not seeing.
Yes, that's true, Surendra Prabhu. Prabhuji is so humble. When I went to Houston and I met Prabhuji, he was so helpful, so humble. So, yeah, sure. Please come sometime to DC, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Mataji. You always bless me. That's why I can attain. I got so many. I read that, Jiveri, Amara Jivan. So I'm that in category. How my Papa or my sins will go, we don't know. Because of you people association, I feel I'm getting purified every day.
Prabhuji, humble means hum mein hai bal. Hum mein hai bal. That is humble.
So if there is no question, whatever you want to do, stop here. Another 5 minutes. Or
you did one verse, Prabhuji, right? Today?
Yeah, I did, because it's too long now.
Yeah.
No problem. Go further. So much to be explained.
Yeah, no problem. Nice explanation, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
So, yeah. I think nobody has question. So
Sundar Bandari Prabhu has got any questions? Bandari Prabhu?
No, Prabhuji. Everything is fine. Everything is excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'm little fast. That's why I finish very fast. That's the problem with me. I can't stop in between. I don't know whether it will irritate you people or not. I don't know the reaction. Whether you
not at all. Not at all. We all enjoying, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your association. We are to be together every time in one way or the other. Then success will come to us. When we dissociated with ourselves, then success is not guaranteed, because our success is in combined, not individual. We cannot do individually anything. So that's the reason Prabhupada always says, combine, unite together, work together, then the beauty, the blossoming of the flower bud will come. Because even now we are seeing how much in the world people appreciate us from top leaders. Last time I told that we won. How is, proving that Vedas are the basic. Prabhupada said so many times, books are basic. So we should understand that without this, transcendental books, we can't advance in our life. When we devote so much our time to understand, correct ourselves, I'm talking again to myself, so then we advance fast. For everything, mercy of the Vaishnavas is necessary. That's why you people are doing a wonderful service. Come together in the morning and chant. That purifies the whole world, universe.
Prabhuji, you are the giver and all. Giver is always on the top. To make paisa doge, main 10 lakh dunga. So you are the giver. So you will get from the God.
From where we have got the strength to give? We don't have. We have come as a pauper. We will go as pauper. Empty hand we come, empty hand we go. all mercy of you people, Vaishnavas, then only we can give something. Otherwise, where to get?
I got that strength from Savita Mataji.
Okay, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhuji.
We'll stop here if we don't.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have just one question. In this purport of today's code, there is a last paragraph is it's referring Sarvopadi Vinimuktam. Is that I'm confused?
Bhakti
like
or
this?
devotional service means engaging all our senses in the service of the Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Master of all senses, Rishikena Rishikesh.
So this verse is Prabhu like is it from Chaitanya Charitamrita or Narad Panchratri, or is it from the Nectar of Devotion?
I think Nectar of Devotion. I am not sure. And
Nectar
also,
of Devotion, okay.
yeah, because he says this designation has got no mileage at all. Upadhi. Upadhi means we are a doctor, but unless we know we are the servant of the gopis, that is the only designation we should have. Then, with that unalloyed, service to Lord, our senses are purified. Senses are so much attached to the object in this world. Whenever we see some object, TV or anything, phone, we are attached. We want that. For what we want, we don't know. Just we want that. It attracts us. So how to purify that? Then only when we serve our senses and dovetail our senses to service of the Lord, that nature of, having, want, that will go away. Then at all we take the mobile of, but only to serve the Lord. When that nature comes to us to serve the Lord, this, whatever material things is purified and senses also purified. That is why this Sarvopadi. That's why I always say in my, whenever I preach Bhagavad Gita in the evening sometimes, I said all your Upadi, you keep it in the shoe stand before entering the temple. You are nothing. You are only come here as servant of the Lord. We are all servant. So we always say everything you keep in the shoe. When we remove the shoes in the shoe stall, you remove your Upadi also. That last time we gave the example of that, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. How he doesn't care who are you, whether Subhash Chandra Bose came or Mahatma Gandhi's other people came to him. He treated them equally.
Yes, Prabhu. I was hearing one lecture about Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. Like he said, Prabhuji said, like, there was one, he would give a class one day, there will be 100 people. Second day, 20 people will be there. And last day, there will be only one person who will be sitting in the class. Like that's how, like, he was very strict with his
He doesn't deviate.
philosophy.
That is why he's known as Lion Guru. Na? But we are fortunate to have, soft nature, Prabhupada. So he has given us 75% concession in everywhere.
Yes.
So that's why we should be grateful to all these acharyas, how they are merciful, how they write books, not sleeping in the night. They convey the right message. If you see any other places, today's, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ is not understood by many people because he wants to save. They want to stick. When they said, that's why Prabhupada always said, when you say Jiva Daya, the third, so out of 10 commandments, third one is. So he was insisting, you are not following, you are not having any Jiva Daya, though you say 10 commandments, but you don't follow. That's why Prabhupada says, you just read my books, then distribute. Once you understand why we are distributing these books to the people, where they can be purified and they come to Krishna consciousness. We don't change their religion or anything. They should be a nice Christian, nice Muslim. Then only we can work together and we can attain the same goal, back to Godhead. Okay, Prabhu. I'm
Thank you,
sorry.
Prabhu.
I have to go.
Yes, Prabhu.
We have got. I have to. My offering is there now. I have to cut the
Yes,
foods,
yes.
everything.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Very
much
nice
for
class, Prabhu.
association.
Thank you so
Hare
much,
Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Vaancha
And Nila.
kalpataruvascha kripa sindhu vaivascha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namaha. Anant Koti
Anantakoti
Vaishnava
Vaishnava
ki jai.
Nidhi, all
Namah
Vaishnavas.
Shrivadas Thakur ki jai.
Everyday chanting
Prabhupada
Vaishnava
ki
and
jai.
Vaishnava.
Grantara Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai.
Jai.
His Grace Murari Vallabh
Hare
Prabhuji ki
Krishna.
jai.
Glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hari
Krishna.
Bol.
Hare
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Bol.
Hare
Hare